Hey, Kate, it's me. Do you remember me? It's Jake. It's been a while.
Well, if it isn't Jake. You have a lot of nerve contacting me after what we've been through. What is it you want?
Don't tell me you still haven't gotten over that. That was like a half year ago. How much time do you need? What can I expect? You've always been a stick in the mud. You need to learn to loosen up.
I don't want to hear you telling me to loosen up. Do I need to remind you what happened? 6 months ago, I went to the doctors. Then they informed me I might only have a little bit left to live. The moment you heard that, you used it as an opportunity to leave me. You told me you didn't want to be burdened with the emotional pain of losing me. Then what do? You go off and run away with my sister. How could I forget that?
Okay, I guess I can understand if you're still angry at me. You really had me going with that almost dying thing, though. The doctor said you would only have 1 month left, and here you are, 6 months later, still kicking it. Life works in funny ways, doesn't it?
Well, I wasn't going to go out that easily. Not long after, I went to as many doctors as I could to help my condition. In the end, I had to get some strange surgery from an Eastern practitioner. It was a miracle that worked. I could have died from whatever procedure he was doing.
You can call it a miracle, but I would call it a lie. I know you didn't really have a couple of months left to live. All you wanted to do was get more attention from me. If you had a serious illness, you thought it would distract me from my other duties so I can spend more time with you. But I saw through your little game. This isn't the first time that I've dated a woman who tried to manipulate me.
That's outrageous. Who would lie about something like that? Anyway, what do you want in the first place? Are you really messaging me out of the blue just to annoy me and my peaceful afternoon? You're a real douche, you know that? Just leave me alone.
Of course that's not why I'm messaging you. It's something else, something really important. It's your sister Meg. She's in a lot of trouble.
Meg? What happened? She must be over the moon taking my husband away and spending her happy days with him.
That's not true. Please, you have to listen to me. Meg herself told me that she only has a little bit more time left to live. They're saying we have to move fast. If we don't find a donor within 1 month and perform the surgery, Meg is gonna...
Well, this is an interesting turn of events. First, I get bad news that my life could be coming to an end. Now my sister is getting the same news. I don't know how serious her condition is, but knowing Meg and everything that she's done, she probably deserves this.
How can you say that? She's your sister.
You haven't known her your whole life like I have. For as long as I've known her, she's found ways to take my friends and my boyfriends too. She's getting what she deserves. That's the only way you can look at it. Karma does exist after all.
Whatever differences you had between you and your sister in the past doesn't matter anymore. She's about to die. Don't you care? You have to be by her side. As her sister, do what you can to save her.
Why? I don't want to save anyone I don't care about.
What do you mean, why? That's your duty as a sister. How can you remain so calm in this situation? Do you lack any human emotion? That is not normal. I can't believe your sister faces the possibility of dying and you don't care one little bit about it.
I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel about it. You can't possibly understand how it feels to have your partner ripped away from you by your own sister. I'm not going to force myself to feel like I care about her. Thanks for going out of your way to message me, but my answer is no. I hope you find someone else that's going to help you.
You don't get it, do you? There is no one else. Don't think you're the first person I try to message. I went straight to mine and your parents asking for help. Do you know what they told me? I got shot down instantly. Both of our parents said they won't help someone who has no respect for the family.
That makes sense. Probably more angry at you than I am. You wouldn't know, but we had a long group call with both her parents. I've never heard so much shouting over the phone. They were actually furious at you. Of course, you wouldn't know because you ran away before anyone could tell you off for what you did.
What's done is done. We can't change it. I tried asking other relatives and my friends, but everyone is giving me a cold shoulder. How can everyone be so unsympathetic at a time like this? This is someone's life on the line. It's the most important time to help someone.
Well, you aren't wrong there. I'm sorry. You two have built up a bad reputation for yourselves. Now you're suffering the consequences.
I've begged and pleaded with all my heart to everyone. They were all futile attempts. You have to believe me, Kate. You're my only hope now. I'm begging you as a man you used to love. I'm only asking you one thing. You have to save Meg. Please.
No. Even if it meant I'd get $1 million for it, I'd never save that woman. Now that you understand how I feel, do me a favor and don't contact me ever again. Remembering what you did to me is just putting me in a bad mood.
Do the right thing. You have to help your sister. I'll tell everyone all the secrets you told me when we were together. Is that what you want? Kate, where are you? Kate, you have to listen to me, please.
Oh, not you again. You actually made a new WhatsApp account? Just how annoying can you be? Just like in a relationship, you're way too clingy. What do I have to do to get rid of you?
Of course I made a new account. What else was I meant to do? You blocked me. I'm not usually like this, but you're the only hope I've got. You have to help me.
This is such a pain in the butt. You realize what I have to do now, right? If you're gonna sit there and keep making new accounts to contact me, I have to just make my own new account. Is that how much you want to annoy me? Can I just block you and hope that you won't try to contact me on a different account? If I'm making a new account, I'd have to go out of my way and tell everyone to add me on there. I'd rather just keep this account, to be honest.
Well, if you're that reluctant to make a new account, why don't you just keep using this one? Is it that annoying to talk to me?
Yes, it is. I do have to make a new account because it doesn't matter how many times I block you, you're going to find a way to get in contact with me again. I'll never be able to get the hell away from you. I might even have to start changing where I live. I hate just thinking about it. Can you just please leave me alone?
Hey, I'm only messaging you about Meg. Once I know she's healthy and living, you'll never hear from me again.
I doubt that's going to happen. Look, it doesn't matter how many times you plead, I'm not interested in being her donor. You have to find someone else.
Oh, well, you don't have to worry about the donor anymore. The doctors have done a good job and found one for us.
Oh, really? Great news. Now you can leave me alone and I won't hear from you again. Thanks for going out of your way to create a new account just to tell me the good news. I'll be going now. See ya.
Not just yet. There's still one more thing I need to talk to you about. I want you to give us the money back.
Money? What are you talking about? I haven't borrowed any money from you two. What money are you talking about here?
The money we're talking about is the money that I had to pay you for cheating and ending a marriage. I want that money back. Do you remember how much you sucked off of me? It was $40,000.
So you're talking about the consolation money. Too bad, so sad. That's my money and you'll never get your hands on it again. That's quite bold of you to think that you could get your consolation money back just by asking me. What is going on in your head?
You don't understand. I need that money. If I don't cough up the money, they aren't going to proceed with Meg's operations.
Right. I see where you're coming from now. Well, I guess you're going to have to scrap up something from your savings and start skipping dinner so you can use a bit more of your salary. That's hilarious that you'd actually think I'd give you that money. That money is there to compensate for the emotional damage I received from you.
They aren't going to proceed with Meg's operation. I'll do anything if it means I can save Meg. She needs me right now.
You're pretending to be a loving, caring guy, but I know deep down you're self-interested, Jake. Besides, you know you're never going to get that money from me. Stop asking already.
It wasn't fair you were able to take that much money from me. I want you to give it back, every penny of it. I know you're not going to have difficulties getting by without it. You have a big family with many relatives that would be happy to help you. Do the right thing and help Meg. You're the only one that can.
Or maybe you should have done the right thing and not turn your back on the family. If you didn't disrespect me, I'm sure they'd help Meg in her current condition.
You already know they'll never help me. You're my last chance, I'm begging you.
I'm not convinced. You don't make a good enough argument for me to help you. That money is more than just a digit in my bank account. It has a special meaning to me. The shock of knowing my husband left me for my own sister caused me to have extreme anxiety and self-esteem issues about myself. My parents and yours as well saw what state I was in and worked together to fix my situation. That money is a testament to our parents in finding lawyers and detectives to help get the money that I deserved.
See what I mean? You already have 4 people that are willing to help you no matter what situation you're in. I have no one.
Doesn't matter how many people I have helping me. I'm never going to give you that money. A measly $40,000 doesn't make up for the amount of shock and pain that I was feeling at that time. So you can take your stupid request and leave me alone. That money is not yours to take. I'd rather die before I give it to you.
How can you say that? Not only is Meg your sister, you and I have known each other for years. I'm your family.
You're not my family. Sure, maybe when we were married you could say we were a family, but not anymore. As for Meg, ever since we got married and I left home, she and I have been distant from each other. We had a mutual understanding to not associate with each other anymore. For my whole life, she's done the wrong thing by me. I don't consider someone like that family.
That is such a cruel thing to say. Can't you just forgive her for what she did? She's about to die.
Say whatever you want, Jake. I'm not hearing any of it. I'm not interested in helping you guys. Sorry, but good luck on your own.
If something happened to her, don't you come crying to me.
Hey, you. Just what the hell do you think you're doing on social media?
Well, look who it is. If it isn't the unsympathetic, ungenerous Miss Kate. After all the talk of wanting to get away from me, now you're the one going out of your way to message me? Had a change of heart?
Don't act stupid. You know why I'm contacting you. Just because me and the other family members decided you don't deserve our assistance doesn't mean you can go off and do whatever you want. Especially on social media. Who the hell do you think you are? That was some real spiteful crap you pulled on us.
Don't you get angry at me. Maybe you should try understand how I feel in this situation. Being rejected by you guys over and over again. That was the least I could have done. If I had it my way, I'd hurt you guys even more.
You've done enough. No, you've done too much. I can see you sitting there on your computer typing the message that makes us out to be the perpetrator and you the victim in this situation. If you're going to tell everyone what we did and how bad we are, maybe you should give them context on what you did as well. You should remove that post right now.
My bad. I had already written so much in the post, so I didn't want people to get tired if I added extra unnecessary information.
It would have been better if you'd written nothing at all. These past couple of days, you've been writing about someone like every 5 minutes. Not only that, you tag them so that people can go to their profiles directly. Do you realize how much harassment is being sent their way?
I don't want to hear this from you. This is what you get for not helping me. You guys should have had some sympathy in your heart to help Meg. All you had to do was become a donor, or at the very least, lend some money so that she can have her operation. I didn't want to do it, but you forced me to do something like this.
Let's trace this back to the beginning, Jake. If the reason you did this is because we didn't help you, the reason we didn't help you is because you ran away with my sister. Why would I ever give someone money if they did something like that to me? Don't make yourself out to be the victim and me and my family as the bad guys.
I am sick of hearing it. You really don't get it, do you? What other option was I left with? If I didn't do this, you would never help me in the first place. You don't know how desperate I am right now. Meg doesn't have a lot of time left. I have to do what I can to save her.
This goes back to you being a selfish and self-interested man. What you did on social media is no different from what you've been doing all along. You too got what you deserved. You did the wrong thing and now you're paying for it.
How can you say that about Meg? She's the most beautiful, angelic person I have ever met. Someone of her beauty doesn't deserve a fate like this. She should be waking up every morning and beaming at me with that cute smile of hers.
I don't see anything cute about that woman. It seems you don't truly know her personality in the first place. I've known her my whole life, so I know exactly what she is. Whenever she's in front of a boy, she always does her hot girl next door bit. It's an act. It's one of her weapons. She gets guys to do whatever she wants.
Yeah, right, you're just full of it. I bet you're just jealous you got the unlucky roll of the dice and wasn't as beautiful as her. So now I see the real picture. The reason you don't want to help her is because you're jealous. What a childish reason to not save your sister.
Well, if that was the reason I don't want to help my sister, what about everybody else that doesn't want to help her? There should be plenty of people that aren't jealous of her. Think about it, Jake. If she's so angelic and beautiful like you say she is, why does no one want to help you?
That's because...
The reason no one wants to help you is because we all talk and hold a grudge for what she's done. Not one person is interested in helping you.
Why do you guys hate us so much? All we're doing is living a normal lifestyle.
Is that normal to leave your dying wife and run off with her sister instead? If you guys think that's normal, you must be living on a different planet. Anyway, I'm sick of your crap stories to me. Just because you're not getting your way doesn't mean you could write those pathetic posts on social media.
Hey, Meg. I've just received certified documents from a lawyer. He's gonna be coming here soon. What the hell is all of this? I have no idea what's going on.
Looks like the ball has finally started rolling. Do you remember when you spouted that nonsense on social media about us?
Yeah, of course I do. It was only a week ago. I wrote that thing in a very emotional state. What about it? Does that have to do with these documents I'm getting?
The people that have suffered because you defamed their reputation are taking action against you in a legal situation.
What the hell? You mean the family?
Every single one that you threw dirt at. Oh, and count me among one of those people.
Why the hell am I getting sued for something like this? I'm the victim here.
Do you even remember the garbage that you wrote? She's currently seeing someone on the side. He's a drunk that doesn't have any consideration for his friends. She's secretly stealing money from her company. The list goes on and on. You've written lie after lie, and now the people you were talking of are suffering because of it. You have offended a lot of people. This isn't going to end well for you.
I know what you're doing. This is all a big lie so that you can get to me. You're trying to drive me into a corner.
I guess something this detrimental would make you want to think it's some lie or maybe even a dream that you can wake up from. I don't think you fully understand what you've done. There was one person you said that they were currently cheating on their husband. That person had a lot of suspicion cast upon her, and now they're firing her from her job. And this is all because of a childish man who had a public tantrum online.
I didn't mean for it to go that far. I didn't want what I had to say to have any real-world consequences. All I wanted to do was save Meg. I was willing to do anything for her.
Are you for real? What was going through your head when you wrote all that stuff? Don't tell me you seriously believed we'd help you after we were embarrassed on the internet. All you've done is make us hate you even more.
I was desperate and emotional. Don't hate me in my moment of weakness. You might have done the same thing.
Don't lump me in the same pile of garbage with you. If you posted something asking people for help, I would understand. But just posting straight out lies about people is such a weak thing to do. I'm really disappointed in you.
Shut up. I don't want to be made fun of for something like this. I'm in a serious, distressing predicament right now. These people are demanding consolation money for me defaming them. They're asking for a ridiculous amount. Just what the hell is that? Does that thing even exist?
It definitely does exist. The reason it's so high is because you've caused that amount of trouble for them. Though it's easy to blurt out whatever nonsense you want to say on social media, it has its caveats. For starters, it's not as anonymous as you may think.
What do you mean? The account I used didn't use my name and didn't have any of my information written on it. How could you possibly know it was me?
It doesn't matter. You can try and hide who you are all you want. People can still know it's you. When everyone saw the account posting about them, they all had a good inkling it was you.
And you're saying that's all you got to try and sue me for defamation? That's not solid evidence.
Jake, has the lawyer not told you anything yet? I think you should read the documents more carefully. There's something very important that you are not understanding.
Oh yeah? So what is it? Just tell me.
We put in a request to have your account's information and name exposed. We could find out everything about you, including where you live. So it doesn't really matter how anonymous you are, there is always a way to discern your identity on there.
Are you serious? So you found out it was me?
We didn't need to use that to know it was you in the first place. With all the posts you made, you left us so many little clues that it was quite obvious it was you.
Oh, I don't believe this is happening.
Maybe now you'll start looking back on what you've done and change who you are as a person. You amaze me, you know that? After everything that's happened, you really have no intention of backing down and thinking about what you've done. I've seen what you put on YouTube.
Oh, you came across my channel, did you?
How could I not? You've collaborated with a YouTuber famous for exposing people. The video is popping up everywhere. Not only that, but that YouTuber is known for not checking the validity of the information he's given. As long as it's juicy and everyone will eat it up, he'll post it. Just what are you planning anyway?
That guy's a dirtbag. Then again, sadly, he's the only chance I've got in clearing mine and Meg's names. Alright, I know Meg and I have our own faults. We're not the best people in the world. But we shouldn't let ourselves be put down by people that can't let go of the past. We're not going to be treated that way anymore.
What are you trying to say?
It's like I said, for the past 6 months, Meg and I have done nothing wrong. We haven't hurt anyone or insulted anyone in any way. So I think it's wrong for people to hold us accountable for something that happened so long ago. We should be free from this scrutiny.
Do you realize how arrogant what you're saying is? Firstly, whether or not you're held accountable for what you've done is not up to you to decide. That's up to us, the victims, to let you off the hook or not. It seems you still have the wrong idea about who's in the right and who's in the wrong. You won't get forgiveness if you demand it.
If you think about it, Meg and I have done things to help you guys as well, right? Don't you think you should repay us in some way? Family should be helping each other no matter what.
I can't think of one time that girl has helped me in anything. All I can remember are all the times she would burst into my room with a heavy pile of homework for me to do instead of her. Then I remember going to school and seeing her laughing, holding hands, and flirting with my boyfriend.
You guys can't blame her for that. She can't help that guys find her more attractive than you. Maybe you should have done a better job in the looks department. Keeping Meg out of the picture, think about all the times that I've helped you personally. I don't have enough fingers on both hands to count the amount of times you needed my assistance.
Let me think for a second. Actually, no, I might need a minute. The most I can remember is the time that you changed the ceiling light bulb and the one time you spent 15 minutes squealing as you tried to kill a cockroach in the house. Was there anything else? That's really all I can remember.
Is that really all you can remember? Did you forget that we were a married couple for several years? The money I made was to support you. The reason that you were able to eat at night was because of the food I put on the table.
Well, I guess it's true that I was a housewife and you were responsible for maintaining our finances. But I did my part of the deal too. While you were out making money for the home, I was working all day to keep it clean and presentable for you. That's the deal we made when we got married. It was a mutual exchange.
They aren't even close to being on the same level. Working out there in the real world is totally different to working at home. I was under a lot of stress every day from working. You wouldn't understand that because you were busying yourself with lounging around about the house.
At least you get days off from your work. You can even get a paid day off too. Managing the house is an everyday job. There's no rest, even on the weekends.
Whether or not I got days off, I still supported you the whole time financially. You didn't need to make 1 cent. Now I'm asking you as a favor for the many years I fed and put a roof over your head. The least you can do is pay for Meg's medical fees.
You're so pretentious. How many times do I have to tell you I'm never gonna pay it? I've already paid you back for the money I received from you by pouring my sweat and tears into the home. I don't owe you anything financially.
That's not up to you to decide.
You're fighting a lost cause with me. Ask the relatives to see what they think. Ask your own parents, and I'm sure they'll tell you the same song I'm telling you now.
You have a lot of nerve telling me to go do that. You know that no one wants to talk to me at the moment.
Exactly. We're all too angry at what you've done to listen to what you have to say. Thanks to you and that YouTuber, social media is exploding with information about us. Go do something about it already.
Let me think about it. Nope. Until you decide to give money for Meg, I'm gonna keep those videos up. The moment I get the money owed to me, I'll take them down. Bye now, Kate.
That's not good enough. Don't you run away.
It's been a while now, Kate. Have you had any time to think about my offer? Meg's waiting, you know. She needs the surgery.
I haven't given 1 second in changing my decision. My answer is no. I wouldn't even give you 1 cent, even if it means taking those videos down.
You really are a stubborn old girl, aren't you? Do you even have a heart? This is your sister we're talking about.
Fine. Let's talk about my sickly sister then. I got home today after doing some shopping, and while I was out, I saw her walking around singing quite happily to herself. Doesn't seem like someone who's on the brink of death to me. Doing the usual shopping isn't something I'd do if I was about to die.
There must be a mistake. Meg is definitely ill. I couldn't imagine her going outside in her state.
Stop it with the lies already. Did you honestly think I wouldn't find out? Out of all the people you slandered on the internet, one of them intended to get back at you for what you did. They hired a detective agency to find out whatever dirt they could scrape up about you.
A detective? Just how much did they find out?
They found out a lot more than I expected. Firstly, it seems that Meg's condition is an actual lie. You only said that so you could drum up money from the rest of us. And it turns out the reason why you want to drum up money from us is because you and Meg wasted all your savings in the last 6 months in dating each other.
What? That is quite an elaborate lie. Meg is seriously in trouble.
Don't try and play dumb with me. The detective found out everything. You can't lie about this. So after you and Meg ran away with each other, you two were in a state of elation. Not only did you spend your money extravagantly on drinking and expensive hotels, you also dabbled in gambling. Not that it worked out well for you. You lost quite a bit of money from that. So pathetic.
That's... well, so what? What we do with our lives has nothing to do with you. That's our choice.
I mean, I do have the right to judge you, to be honest. If you said from the beginning that you needed money because you were stupid and spent it on expensive things all the time, maybe someone would have helped you out. Instead, you made some stupid lie about Meg being on the verge of death and needing a donor. That was a really dishonest way of trying to get money out of us.
It wouldn't have worked in the first place if I just asked you to give me some money. It would draw too much suspicion. Meg needing a donor is a more credible and legitimate reason for you to give us money. It's a way better reason than saying that I'm broke and that I need you to help me out.
Sounds like just the type of stupid plan that you'd come up with. Or maybe it was my sister that came up with this dumb idea. Who knows? You two are two peas in a pod.
Well, you aren't wrong there. Meg was the one that thought this was a good idea.
Well, what do you know? My conniving evil sister. She's not too smart, so I'm sure it took her a long time to think of this type of plan. You could have come up with the most elaborate plan in the world and no one would give you money. After the stunt you pulled with me, everyone knows you have no integrity. And someone with no integrity is not worthy of being financed by us. You were doomed from the very beginning.
I figured if I couldn't appeal to your sympathy, I had to resort to more aggressive tactics to get the money from you. That's why I used the YouTuber to help me expose you. But who would have thought it would turn into something like that? Ever since those videos have been coming out, I'm getting more and more documents from lawyers all over the place.
Obviously, what else can you expect? Once again, that same selfish guy is trying to take advantage of the people around him so he can make a quick buck. You're paying the price a second time now. When will you learn from this?
I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for you. Thanks to you filing for consolation money, I was left with nothing. If you didn't do that, I would be left with enough money for the 6 months I've been with Meg.
Are you serious? Do you really want to try and put the blame on me? That's what you get for cheating on me behind my back. You would never be able to repay me in the emotional damage that I received. So you had to repay me in a monetary way.
Say what you want, you ugly cow. I don't care anymore. At least I get to walk around with a beautiful and sophisticated woman like Meg. I'll be happy with just that.
I've got some bad news to tell you, Jake. When I saw Meg this afternoon, she was walking on her own until she spotted a guy and kissed him in full view for everyone to see.
What?
That's not the best part. The detective has found out a lot more than I have. According to him, she's been with 4 other men apart from that guy at the mall today.
Shut up. I don't want to hear your stupid lies.
This isn't a lie, Jake. This is the truth. But this isn't all doom and gloom. The fact that she's living with you means you're the main guy she wants to be with. You're not like the other guys. You're special to her.
In what way is that a good thing? She's hanging around with other men. Wait, I can see a silver lining in all of this. I'll just do what you did and file for consolation money from her. That way I can ditch this wretched cheetah and get money from it too.
Hold your horses. I don't think it'll go that easily. Are you guys even engaged, let alone married?
Well, about that, no.
Well, you can kiss that plan goodbye then.
Why? This isn't fair. Why do I have to lose?
You can't get that consolation if you're just a typical couple that isn't recognized by the law. You have to be married.
What does it matter if we're not married? I'm still hurt by this.
Sorry, I guess you're just gonna have to live with it. There's no way you can get back at her.
So I really can't get any money from her, huh?
That's right. Knowing that, you're free to deal with Megan whatever way you please. Scream or cry to her doesn't matter to me. I've got nothing to do with you two now.
What should I do about this? You gotta help me.
Well, if you want to break up with her, just break up with her. If you don't care about being cheated on, then continue dating her. I don't know, you're a big boy now, so you should be able to decide for yourself.
There's gotta be something I can do about this. By some chance, if I caught Meg cheating again... That's it. I got it. Did you manage to take a photo of Meg as she was with that guy today? If I have some visual evidence of what she's been doing, I can confront her about it and convince her to stay with me.
A picture? I don't want any pictures of my treacherous sister in my phone. Sorry. I saw her in public, that's it.
Why the hell not? The reason the affair between Meg and I was revealed to everyone is because your friend saw us walking. Then he took a picture of us. It's not fair. You could have took the picture for me too.
Whatever my friend decides to do is up to him. I didn't tell him to take the picture. I didn't want to take the picture and that's that. That's all there is to it.
I don't care how you feel about it. I wanted you to take that picture. You really are a useless girl, you know that?
Who do you think you are talking to me like that? Don't you realize the rules are different between me and you? The relationship I have with my friend is different to the relationship I have with you.
What do you mean? You're in the exact same situation.
My friends look out for each other, whereas you're not my friend. So I don't need to look out for you. Plus, this friend in particular always looks out for me. They've known me my whole life, and they even did the speech for me at my wedding. That's why they took the picture. They actually cared about me and wanted to show me what you were up to.
Okay, what about me and you? We used to be lovers. We had the closest bond anyone could ever have.
The bond that you destroyed by cheating on me, you mean? The only feelings I have towards you is hate and disgust. The idea of helping you is making me want to puke.
I can't believe this right now. You really hate me that much, do you?
I really do, yes. You have a big task ahead of you. You have to pay off all of those consolation money to everyone. I wouldn't waste a second in finding a good job.
Do you see the amounts these people are charging? There's no way I can pay off something like that. It'll take me years.
It's got nothing to do with me. I couldn't care less what happens to you. You can go into debt for all I care. See you later then.
Kate, don't go. I need you. I can't pay this all on my own. Someone has to help me. You're all I have left. Please, Kate, I love you.
By some miracle, Jake managed to pay off all the consolation money to the people that he harmed. After confirming everyone got their due, I made a new account and made sure he could never contact me again. Thanks to that, I wasn't contacted by my sister either. From what the wind tells me, it seems my sister had a fight with Jake and they eventually broke up because of all the men she cheated with. Apparently, Jake's been trying to get in contact with me, saying he wants to get back together again, but because I blocked him, I can't see his messages. Being kicked out by her man, my sister tried to move back in with my parents. Fat chance of that happening. She was kicked out instantly. It seems Jake put himself into a lot of debt to pay back that money, and is working constantly to pay off his new debt. With that annoying echo out of the way, I'm now living a peaceful and calm lifestyle like I used to. There is a calm after the storm after all. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video!